What's going on, everybody? My name is Dwayne, and welcome to this week's episode of Developing Apex Brands. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Developing Apex Brands. Here with your boy Dwayne, coming to you live from the Edit Bay. So we're doing the Entrepreneur Series or the On Trackpreneur Series. On today's episode, man, I got a really dope artist, man, out of Los Angeles, California. You probably heard of him before. If you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm definitely going to introduce you to him today. You know what I'm saying? From what I've seen, my man's got over 6 albums. He done graced the stages with some of the biggest artists out there, from Gucci Man, The Game. He done been on stage with the late great Young Dolph, DJ Quick, and probably a whole lot of other people that I'm not familiar with as of yet, but we'll figure it out here shortly. So without further ado, got it out the flow mat. That's the faux mat. I got my man Young LA on the podcast. What's going on?
Hey, big salute, man. That was a hell of an intro.
Yeah, no doubt. So shit, man. Tell the people who you are, man. Give them some background.
I go by the name Young LA, the real Young LA. I'm a hustler, rapper, entrepreneur out of South Central, but I really put on for the whole LA County. I've been out here ripping and running for the last few years. I got a brand that I'm building called Never Not Working.
Okay.
That's probably how a lot of people heard me from my first album I dropped. That's where around 2015. And ever since then, we just been on fire, opening up for a lot of big artists. He named a few of them, a couple of them, like Kodak Black, The Game, let's say Currency.
Okay.
And shit, most of them I just did last month too. So we did 7 shows last month just to show you the grind. But when I say never not working, I really mean it. So we really got to stand on it and get up and run these 18-hour days. You know, I got a studio. I got a clothing store. We got a barbershop. We got the dogs, sell cars. You know, it's really a real serious hustler mentality over here. And we just really pushing. We got the Team Smoke Good, Eat Good squad. Feel me? We really smoke the best, smoke the most. You know what I'm talking about? We eat at all the dopest spots. Tapped in with all of the newest food trucks and everything. When my guys land in town, they just hit me. When somebody wedding or trying to go on a date with your wife and you need a good spot, they hit me, you know what I mean? So I'm just a Rolodex for LA, man. Good and the bad, we just holding it down. I don't gang bang. I just really, hustle and put on for everybody. So shout out to all the, people that's Bloods and Crips and essays. They got nothing but love for me, but I'm a non-affiliate, so I'm just pressing a whole new line. A lot of people ain't really met nobody that was like this. So I love to just, get on here and talk and represent LA to the best, to the fullest, and push us forward. That's my whole goal.
Hey, church, man. So
yes, sir.
So are you originally from LA County?
Yeah, born and raised. I really originally I'm probably moved 25 to 30 times in LA County alone. So that's a lot of the reason why. Like I went to maybe 6 to 8 middle schools out here. Mom, by the time I got to high school, she tried to put me in a cool position so I wouldn't, that's around the time where niggas start making those turns to go down the wrong path. So she tried to, keep me out of that. But for the most part, I moved all around. By the time I just started getting into a neighborhood and I'm getting cool with everybody, we move again and I'm starting over. Here go the new guy. So, in LA, it's a tough play, and I could say I pretty much mastered that play. So that's why I'm able to just, now we flesh back from New York. I'm running through that thing, same like how I run out here. It's just now I feel like I understand the whole procedure and play though, how to, just be a rapper, because like I said, growing up in LA, you might not speak to people. You might see somebody and, but now I walk up to everybody, hey, I'm Young LA, and, press my issue. So it's a beautiful thing, a gift and a curse at the same time. We just trying to stay on the gift side of it and help all my homies that's cursed so they can see this gift that we got that's bigger than South Central, it's bigger than LA, but at the same time, all these ghettos are the same, man. You get out here, it's the same play all over again. It's just, you got to find out a way to master it and keep running it up.
Keep running it up.
And let your people win too.
Most certainly. So you did a lot of moving around. Like, How was it trying to like navigate through that? Because you know, I'm not from LA. I spent some time out there in my adult years.
Okay, so let's say I had a mother and a father. You know, a lot of people don't grow up with that type of household. But around 11, and my pops died. So you can see, my moms, they growing up, they get a small house, they level up, get a bigger house, level up, get a bigger house, and then pops die. You got to go backwards to one of the grandma's house, then you start over and we level up, get it, something happen. Because we ain't, you know, we out here thugging basically. Might have to go backwards and you go forwards again. So it was one of those, like a power struggle in a way. Moms get a good job, stuff going. Okay, now we start changing our lifestyle. Something come up, we go back to, you know, ground zero. So it was just one of those type of things. Or sometimes we moving right, end up in a bad neighborhood, get into a few fights, and you know, we about to move you over here. And, you know, trying to do the best you can for what you can. So that's how it pretty much happened for me. And then as we start getting established, I start getting up. You either watch your mama struggle or you start hustling. So that's probably what pushed me to have this drive I got. And then also the real young LA. When I was coming out, another dude came and tried to jump on the name and stuff. It's a lot of receipts and evidence out showing that I had been pressing that, and that, you know, even the young LA. Now that I tell you a story, it makes sense. So when somebody else say that young LA, it's just a funny thing, especially if they not from LA. But the real young LA, as that happened, everybody started going around. I know the real, so all this stuff just kind of.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you about that later. I'm gonna ask you a little bit more about that. You know what I'm saying? But so, okay, when did you first get into music? Like, when did you first start rapping?
I was in like high school actually. I had a cousin that flew out here. He was from Virginia, and while I was in high school, it's crazy because it was around the time 9/11 happened. That's how I remember it. But he didn't, you know, he came out here. And he was staying in the room. I had like a bottom bunk bed that turned into a couch, and then the top bed was a bed. So I, you know, whenever somebody spent the night or one of my partners stayed over, they'd just turn the bottom thing into like a futon. So for the time he was over, he was staying in the room with me, and then, you know, he was rapping already. So sometimes late night I'd be asleep and wake up, and he'd be writing rap. So it'd be the middle of the night, you know, it'll wake me up. I'll get down there, you know, hop out and tell him, man, fuck, you know, I'm up now. You might as well spit this shit for me. He rapped for me. And then over time, he was doing it. We started doing it more often. And then I started giving him suggestions. And it was like every time I told him something that, you know, he should use in his rap, he was like, damn, he used it. So maybe after the second and third time that I was doing the suggestions and telling him, he told me, you should start writing your own book. You feel me? You actually got it, because I'm taking the words from you. You might as well start doing it yourself. So I started like that, and around that time, high school, I was doing it, and I moved to Long Beach. I told one of my partners, like, hey, I've been writing. Like, I don't rap, you know, because I ain't never spit in public. I never planned on trying to, you know, be an artist. But I just, you know, like I said, he told me to do it. I just started jotting stuff. I had cool, you know, a few verses and stuff that I liked, but I wasn't never tripping. But we was playing basketball, because I played basketball in high school, coming up, you know, growing up, traveling team. I was balling and shit. So by the time we got to there, we used to be, you know, playing on Sundays with the homies and stuff. After one of the basketball games ended, everybody started rapping. It just, like, I don't know how it turned from a basketball game into a cypher, but my boy who I told, I don't rap, I just be writing, that nigga must have turned around and told, hey, my boy right here, he raps, and put me on the spot. So it was like, damn, you know, from the ghetto, you get into these situations, you got to prove yourself. So, like I said, I always came from different neighborhoods, bumping into people, put you on the spot. If you fail right then, that's your way in. You fuck up, now, like, nigga, we ain't fuck with this nigga. So it was one of the positions where I could see all these people that I know, but not on this level. They ready for me now. Like, what you do? He said, you feel me? So now I had to go do my shit. So after I finished, I got a lot of love. Like, everybody was, you know, oohing and eyeing, and it was just crazy the reception I got back from it. So ever since then, I guess that you could say that was the gas that made me say, yeah, let me really start pursuing it. You know, and ever since then, I started doing the studio and, you know, learning to I just felt like when I first came in, I just knew how to rap. I rap anybody. I felt like I do any call. You know somebody to rap? Call him on the phone right now. We gonna spit verses and do whatever until somebody tap out. And I made all the niggas ever tap out. So at some point I realized that shit don't mean nothing. You could be out rapping this nigga, but if you don't have no budget, you don't start paying for studio time, you don't start shooting videos and, you know, doing all the stuff. Like rap is 80% business and 20% the music. So if you don't start getting on that 80%, then that 20% don't even matter. So that's how I started to, you know, grow into the music. And that's around the time that Never Not Working. I dropped that with my producer, 89. And we got the record Pressure. They made it on the radio, spinning for like a month. With the homegrown radio, DJ Head and Chuck Dizzle, 92.3. So, you know, I'm independent, you know, out here hustling. So when we see that, it's like, oh, damn, there's some traction going. So that's when I feel like everything started bubbling. And now ever since then, I done did, you know, maybe 4 or 5 more tapes since then. I got a Sada Baby feature. It was going crazy for a summer, last summer. You know what I mean? Just been tearing up all these, opening up on everybody tour. That's one of the things that I, you know, as a independent artist, you got to find your lanes and what stuff that makes sense. And, you know, all that stuff I start seeing with rappers. Oh, I don't do this. You know what? That's the thing I like to do. So, you know, a lot of rappers be scared to sell tickets, scared to, you know, get out and promote and get busy. But I look at it like this. I'm getting to meet people, fans already. You know, if you rap and you don't have a big fan base, where you gonna meet the fans at? Yeah. You know, and a lot of people run to the internet for that, and I ain't mad at that because I use the internet as well. But I just, you know, I was rapping before the internet was out, you know, so it was hand to hand. You had to. You wasn't even getting busy to the niggas in the street if you wasn't out here getting hand to hand. So I still take that and I use that heavily. So doing these shows when I open up for 7 artists in 1 month, I get to touch 7 fan bases, you know. So I really make sure that after I perform, I go through and, you know, sweep through the crowd and whoever want to show me love, make sure I'm showing them love, you know. So 7 different shows in 1 month, though, that's a hell of a, you know, if every show had 2,500, 5,000 people times 7, you just, then, you know, number game, 35, 40,000 people you just touched through. You can lock in 10%, you know, maybe 4,000 people stay with you. That's a lot of, you know, that's the type of stuff I be trying to wiggle in.
So at one point, did you feel like, you know, you went from just being just like a, you know, writing rhymes to like, I can actually take myself seriously and do this thing like for real, for real?
I say around the time I did the Never Not Working, when I dropped that album, it like started a whole movement. I feel like sometimes, like even with IG, you be, you know, like a hashtag, it was just part of making your Instagram reach more people. You put a certain amount of hashtags, but after a while, you could put a certain amount of hashtags where that turned into your business and you get it LLC'd or something like that. So, damn, I forgot where I was going with this. What was the question again?
Yeah, so I was just asking you, like, at what point did you feel like, you know, you could, you know, go from it just being a hobby to like actually trying to take this thing serious?
Okay, yeah. So what I was saying about the hashtag is that grew to me saying, okay, let me make this the name of my title. And then from that title, it grew into a brand where when people see me, it's like Never Not Working. And at one time, I was, you know, like about to go with another title before I did Never Not Working 2 after Never Not Working 1. And it was like serious how much people like, no, you got to do to keep the Never Not Working thing going. So even after I switched the titles and started making new different titles, I got Never Not Working clothes, chains. It's like it's part of our whole, it's our whole movement now, you know. So it's just crazy because when that happened and I seen like people gravitating to it, and it was like, it's not, you know, sometimes when you're like, I'm putting the album out and when people gravitate to it, I did that on purpose. But when I put the title out and people gravitated to it and I wasn't doing that on purpose, I'm like, okay, now this is bigger. That's when I say, okay, something's going on. I don't understand, you know. People starting to catch on to who I am when I'm going places. And I'm like, now I'm getting bigger, you know. So then I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right now, you know. So now you just start mashing harder in the same thing. So I basically, when I felt like stuff would start working, I just started to overtime in the position basically. So if you say you got one check at your job and you like, oh, I get it now, this gonna work. Now next day you say, let me get every overtime shift they got. I want to work all, and then you just went crazy. So now when the checks come, you ain't even got enough time to spend them. And when you slow down and look, money just stacked up. So I just went like that. Start trying to put up so much smoke in the air. When the smoke settle, people gonna be like, oh yeah, I know him. I'm still putting more smoke. So I don't even want this to ever settle. So I feel like at one point, people get, lackadaisical. They put a little smoke in the air. When that's going, they wait till the whole smoke die out. Then they put some more smoke up. And then they wait till that whole thing's full. No, I'm just smoking to the point where you don't know where I'm at. I don't know what he doing. I know he doing something because it's always smoking over. He always barbecuing something. It be smoking from time, like every time. So by the time the smoke clear, you'll see what what level I'm on now. I gotta let this smoke clear before I can even realize where I'm at in this shit. Because sometimes I gotta go and I mash to it. By the time I look back, I done did other stuff, and I'm like, damn, I just gotta sit back and see what you accomplish. So I say around the time when all of the love, and I had already passed through the real young LA, so that was a sticky time because there was a lot of people, that was acting shifty and you should change your name and all that. So after I got over that and I'm for sure what I am, what I'm doing, then the Never Not Working thing picked up. So it's like now you got the real young LA and everybody know that I'm never not working. So ever since then, I just been mashing, going everywhere, just spreading the word, giving out the good gospel. That's what I'm doing right here. I don't know you, you don't know me, but I think I got something I can offer you. Rather, I'll give you, you want to buy something from me, or I just give you a QR code and you scan it later and then take you to my music for free, So
sure.
At the end of the day, I just, you got to be bothering your people, and sometimes, like even me doing all these shows, I realize who's the biggest consumer in music. Sometimes it ain't always who you going after to walk to in the mall to give your flyer to. So now it's like even learning who's the core fan base you want to go after. So now even when I'm going after that, I know who I'm talking to. So.
Yeah. So who is your core fan base?
That's my phone ringing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I don't know if it glitched this time. I hope that ain't for me. So
Nah, we still here. I'm still here. Now I was gonna say, but what does your core fan base look like?
I honestly, it's crazy because I don't think it's a look as far as a color or a person. It's a lot of dudes, it's girls, so we could say it's about 50-50. Okay. I'm still trying to make it more girls because I realize that's a great thing for the music. Girls, when they support you, they go all and support you. Your homie supports you, he'll buy a hat, she love. Girl, I'm gonna make sure I'm here early, be at the front row. You need them type of fans, so trying to get more girls, but I just feel like it's people that's over 21, 25, up to like 35, maybe a little older than that, but right in that age group, that's the age group. I did a lot of high school tours and stuff like that, and I get to come across the kids and everything's cool, but I feel like my music is more for more people that already eating steaks. Some people making them hamburgers you can heat up real fast, but it's some people that you gotta let the stuff simmer overnight and marinate, then you cook it, then it take a process. So by the time you ready to eat like that, it's a certain type of person, So my fan base, I would say, is a little bit older, but as far as color and size and person, it ain't no certain person. Like I got black, brown, Asian.
So you got it all.
Yeah, Bay, East Coast people, down south. It's not I feel like I make a lot of different type of music, mood music, So some people, when you say, oh, you got bars, then you say, let me hear him make some songs that move me. They can't make them type of songs. I feel like I can make them songs. I can make a faster song, slower. So it's just, my albums is like mood music. Sometimes you might be driving, you got this, what you want. Sometimes you want to have you with your chick. Sometimes you're at the booty club. I got some, you can throw some ones too. So it's just all shades of me. I do a lot of things and I move, I try to stay living and not just alive. So within that, it's a lot you got to do, but it's a lot of different shades. So that's why I feel like every track is me with different shades. So I say you, say if you more of one of my smarter partners that do crypto and that's on that, I have a song for you that's more on some business type of vibe, and you could play around a certain type of people, and they'll, it's not like, oh, that's rapping, and they just start playing it. Oh no, I like this. It's cool, a little R&B hook, and they can vibe. Then I might have somebody who in the street, he from the east side of LA, he don't care about nothing. He don't want to hear nothing that's like that. I might have to give him some NPR type of stuff where it's on some gutter. Ooh, and he like, yeah, this the young I like. And it's like, that's cool too. So I want to feed them type of people, feed them type of, I don't want to just have one type of fan base where I'm like, this what he do. Like, nah, I surprise people. Basically, like, I didn't think you could do a girl track. Like, yeah, I'm doing those too. So just trying to be the best me I could be, come across and, stay dope. Don't do too much where it's, I met a lot of rappers where I'm like, after I finish, this dude corny now. I like your music. I might not like you.
What makes them corny?
Forcing it when I feel like you a character. This not who you are. Like, you can look how you act around your people, then how you act around your fans, then how you act off camera, then how you act on camera. All these should be one person. Yeah. Some people put this stuff on when they want to go, I'm about to be Young LA, let me turn into Young LA. Like, no, I'll just right here doing what I was doing, and I'm Young LA, right? So it's just that, so I don't knock nobody. I'm the type of person I want to like you as much on camera as I like you off camera. That's what makes me dope. So even basketball players, anything, that's just how I like it. Like, if you dope on the court, let me see how you live. Say you dope as hell on the court, but I see you around your mama and you disrespecting her, you not looking out granny, bro over there doing bad, and you talking about, now we in a strip club together and we throwing one. I might not even want to fuck with you on that level. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't be doing none of this. You should be taking this and take care of your kids. Or, it ain't my stance to be speaking up on stuff, but it is my stance to let you know I don't agree with it, because I'm not about to hang out with you and play with you on certain levels,
Yeah.
So
that's sounds like you got a real strong business acumen, man. Sound like you got a lot of rods in the fire, man. Like, yeah. So how do you manage all that? Because I heard you say you're doing kennels. Yeah, you got the Never Not Working. Then I think is the Smoke Good, Eat Good now?
Smoke Good, Eat Good. Like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just I work a lot of hours a day. So let's just say that one thing. If you work 8 hours and I work 16 hours, that gives me a lot more time. And then everybody sleep for 8 hours, so the day over. So I don't sleep as many hours as people, so that gives me more. So I learned the concept basically. If you work another 8 hours on everybody by the end of the week, I got a whole another week on you. If you really work it like that, because most people work and then get off and chill and then sleep for this time. So when you just working nonstop for a long period of time, you get a lot more accomplished. So like, if I go to sleep at 3, I might still get up at 7 to go do the cars. When I come back, I got somebody waiting on me to this. When I do that, now I might have to go take the dog to go take her something. And somebody might call me and say, hey, can you meet me over here to handle some pink slip stuff over here? And I might have a studio session, go over there. Then I might come back, chill with wifey for a minute, try to be a family guy. Then I might, run over and do another studio session. Then I might be sitting there plotting on different ways on how I'm gonna drop clothes and different plays. So it really comes down to, if you own it like you own it. That's one of my terms I've been saying lately. So if you really say you own it, then you should be owning it. Every time I see you, you should be doing it. So I just try, like I said, never not working. When I feel myself getting to a slipping thing, like, well, damn, what am I doing right now? I try to get up and do something, rather if it's sweet. Just try to stay on top of it. But as long as I'm on top of it like that, I pretty much don't let the paperwork pile up. That's where people start getting to the point where it's like, oh, fuck, I don't even want to go to that job now. You got tons of paperwork. As long as you taking care of it in an orderly fashion, it's easy to bounce around. Like if you're working on your CD and your date getting close, you ain't finished, that's when you be like, damn, I don't even want to go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? That's the opposite with me. I'm like, I got to be really on it. I got to be putting it together and mastermind. I might be right, getting more ideas. So when I come, I'm more ready. It's just be more efficient with your time. I just look at myself like I'm Lil Wayne and Baby at the same person.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I mean, that's really what being an independent artist is about, man. You got to be everything at all times.
And then also, I say after all of that, me telling you how I can stretch myself thin, I had to learn the concept of that I'm only one person. Some people ain't gonna be happy when I tell them I can't make it. Like, bro, I literally might get 6 parties in one day on a Friday. Hey, young, I'm over here at a pool party. Hey, young, I got a video shoot. Hey, and I'm like, damn, how could I literally map it out where I can go, make a circle in the times, but sometimes the shit over here that's close to this one start 2 different times. If you start over here, it ain't gonna all go. So, but everybody wants you to be on point. So I try my best, but I know when I can't do it, I can't do it. And you just gotta humbly, hey man, blame it on the, blame it on whatever. But just know in my heart, yeah. So like I said, me calling you and telling you an excuse on why I couldn't do the interview, I'd rather do the interview and be fully prepared so we have a good interview rather than an excuse, because this is, it's like I said, it's people building. We friends and we been already chopping it up, but now it's like, now I need you and you do this. Now it's like, all right, what kind of friend is that? So I pride myself on being a real dude, really standing 10 toes. So if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I'm just so on the back end, if I can't do it, I gotta know not to oversell myself. I'm gonna be able to do it. I just tell me, hey, I can't do it. So all that mixed together, you pretty good. The no is your no. I feel like that's when, okay, nigga, stand on your business. When a lot of people, when it start getting ugly, they, man, I got you. And sometimes your no gotta be a serious no. People like, okay, it ain't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Like, I like him because he really said no to me for a real reason and stood on it. Some people would have folded and all that, but I know I don't got enough time. I got to do, so I really be having to press and stay on it. And I got people like on the outside that call me and motivate me. And, when I talk to people and they, hey, man, I like the NPR song, like how you just told me, that's like shit. That's some shit that's like, oh, boom, I'm happy that I'm doing it, moving right direction and stuff. So I love getting, talking to people and coming across and hearing dope stuff like that. It motivates me. And even seeing somebody doing something dope, is having a dope platform, that motivates me. So I pretty much get inspired easily. I'm not a hater. So when I see somebody doing something, it inspires me. And, instead of, I got to go put that energy into my stuff. So that's what I do. That's pretty much all. Just big old ball energy, giving it away from people need it, taking it from people when I need it. One big two-way street. Nobody doing take too much. Nobody giving too much. It's perfect.
Perfect. So shoot, man. I mean, they got a little bit of the real Young LA the person. So now we need to get into the music so they can see well what they need to be getting into, man. Because this is fire that I'm about to play, man. So
yeah, that was crazy. I just came from the East Coast. That was the first time I went to New York and Philly. Yeah, I had fun. I had a ball. I had people you see, like I'm from LA. I've been out here all this time. Everybody come out here, they tap in with me. I show them a good time, take them to the places. So now it's my time to realize when you go out of town, you already got a network of folks. You get to tap in with them and they get to return the favor now. So I fuck with a few of my people. They drove me around. We had drivers going to the clubs, the whole play. And then we went to I really went out there to go to the Rock the Bells concert. So I got to see the whole play from the, I look at that like the Mecca of rap. So to see it from there, Jadakiss, Ice Cube, Noriega, the Dipset, just seeing it live out front row right there. We got great tickets, so I'm right there just soaking it all up, you know what I mean? Vibing with the people, looking at, bumping shoulders with people in the crowd, chopping it up, so it was a hell of an experience. But I was saying all that to say is, as a nigga from the West Coast, I always watch the, niggas standing in the cars on the block and spit, and every niggas in the back knowing they rhymes and shit. And I've made it to one of the blocks and I got to play a record and do that. And I play NPR. So I'm sitting literally on the block in Brooklyn and it's about 5 rappers out here, a gang of street niggas out here, 4, 5 in the morning, because they be out 24 hours, block going on like Never nothing like LA. I never seen nothing like that. But be out there rapping, and I play NPR, and I got to rap, and they was starting it over, saying the words, and I'm like, damn, that's that feeling like to have niggas, and it was just crazy. So I'm like, that I always want to do that, so I got to do it. But I really play NPR. So when it came on, I wanted to see, like, you know what, I know what it do out here, and I just like, but you know, coming from the East Coast, when you press and they hear NPR, they like, you did the NPR beat? Like, that's almost like, bro, that's not even a beat niggas don't even fuck with. So it was like, nigga, you better have did justice. You know, I could see it. And then when it started going, niggas like, oh boy, you a problem. Like, it was crazy. So that was tight as fuck to me, you know, and I'm really like, I like a lot of dope East Coast rappers and shit. So I follow all that shit. And that's why I say even my styles, it come off like that, you know. You can hear the dope punchlines and all the double entendres and stuff like that. It's stuff, you know, niggas hear in battle rap and the East Coast type of shit. So being that I don't gangbang, I added other elements in there that still made it pop. So now that I was over there and I got these elements and I got to do it in front of them, it was crazy to see their reaction was 2 thumbs up, and it was love, like stamped it. Like, matter of fact, send me that song. I want to play that when you gone type shit. So, you know, and we just build from there, you know, keep going, try to get some records, try to get in the studio, but I didn't get to, but it was just dope, you know, so, yeah.
So look, man, I'm holding on to this hot fire. I got to drop it. You know what I'm saying? I got to drop it, man. So without further ado, man, tell them what we about to hear, LA.
We got the NPR. I flipped the Money, Power, and Respect. The beat, shout out Wavy did that. Shout out to Rich Assholes, mixing and mastering, recording. The concept behind this, I had actually just had opened up for the Locks out here. They performed in LA after they did the verses. They was bubbling doing the show. After I did the show, one of my big dogs, he was just like, hey, bro, why don't you do Money, Power, and Respect over? And it was like, instantly, as soon as I got that, it was like, oh, I just went and started doing it. And that I actually recorded that in my home studio, not at the studio where we recorded the whole broadcasting live, my last album. So as Corona was happening and stuff, sometimes like we had a little studio break because of Corona, my engineer came over here and I played it. And he was just like, bro, this is crazy. It was only one verse. We sent this to the big studio. I laid the second verse, shot the video, and it is what it is now. So no further ado, NPR, video out going crazy. The concept of it, the actual video is the GTA, because every day in LA is like a game of GTA, man. So y'all stay tuned. Check this out right here, man. Appreciate it.
And there you have it. Gonna play this video. We'll be right back after these messages. You did.
Hello.
Money, power, respect. Cause first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. Y'all get it? NPR, need that money, power, and respect by far. Stash box in it when I buy cars. GTA guns that'll get you 5 stars. NPR, need that money, power, and respect by far. Stash box in it when I buy cars. GTA guns that'll get you but the power and respect don't come with that. Think a nigga chicken time, ride with the drum attack. We can chop it up over wood like a lumberjack. How you call yourself the plug if you ain't moving 100 packs? Run it back, Mr. did it first and I'm done with that. Got niggas locked up, need green dots, I send a money pack. They treat me like a big dog, but I'm still a humble cat. Lit a whole winter fresh, still chewing when the summer back. Slaughter guys, knock down everybody you idolize. Pressing shit like the link to your Spotify. G-lock on me, and that bitch modified. Keep on spitting, wet them up like a water ride. Hit the switch, I ain't talking about a low rider. Then get lower than T-Pain and Flow Rider. Chop them down, yeah, something like a Covidus. I be getting my diamond shine in my gold pilot. NPR, need that money, power, and respect by far. Stash box in it when I buy cars. GTA guns that'll get you 5 stars. NPR, need that money, power, and respect by far. Stash box in it when I buy cars. GTA guns that'll get you 5 stars. I respect my eyes open, watching for for the funny shit. Niggas a backdoor you like Alpo did Money Mix. All my whips fully equipped, they got a gun in it. Thinking shit sweet, I just threw a Cinnabon in it. Quick to let it sing like Adam Levine. They sleeping on me, must be mixing Fanta with lean. Wake up, I'm Count Green, flipping grams with the team. Went from Stan Smith, now it's Alexander McQueen. Big drip, I'm who they call when it's lit, I'm the fireman. Straight up out South Central, that's the Lions Den. Really running shit over when them tires spin. RP Aaliyah, better dust it off and try again. Would you still hold it down if your friends left? Still in the trap, ain't made 100 bands yet. 12 get behind the middle with my hands sweat. Gun so big, get you 5 stars on Grand Theft.
Hey, look, fire.
Yeah.
All gas. All gas.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it 100%.
Money, power, respect, man. So hey, look, man, I like that chemistry that you got with that videographer. I think is it official Ryan Parker, right?
Yeah, official Juice, but his name Ryan Parker. Yeah.
How did y'all link?
To be honest, we've been together for maybe 10 years. He was rapping at first.
Okay.
So it's funny, and I was just, that's my bro. I was supporting him, and I was going to videos, and I guess somewhere in there, he either, I don't know what made him actually pick up the camera, so I can't say that for sure, but somewhere in there, he started rapping and started shooting videos. And it was funny because I took him to do a show with me, and I opened up for DJ Quick, and I seen DJ Quick the night before at the GS Lounge in Inglewood. I was just in there vibing out, and he just happened to fall in there. So when I seen him, I introduced myself. I told him I was gonna be opening up for him tomorrow. He was like, "I'm gonna make sure I watch you and you do your shit and all that." So cool. The next night when we performing, something happened with a DJ or the promoter was trying to. I think Quick was ready to go on and he didn't know. And as I was performing, they tried to cut my set. So I had like low key, it was the beginning of my career. I was low key start snapping. I got on the mic. I said, man, so what if everybody I brought in the club, how would y'all like if I just had start punching everybody in the crowd right now and just end the whole show? I bet you DJ Quick wouldn't even perform. So when I said that, I was just like, damn, I should have never said, like, I'm talking on the mic, like I should have never, like I could have said that to his ear or something. But I said, like, I grew better than that. But basically right then, it was a nasty little scuffle. It's on YouTube, too. But it was a nasty little, like a little gray area time where we was going. And DJ Quick basically sent the word to go and let me finish my last song to perform. Then he came on and did his shit. So my boy Ryan Parker, he caught that video moment of the interaction of the gray area of time, and it was in rare form. So
send me that link and I'll post it in the top.
I definitely will. So ever since then, I took a liking to him because it was just like I felt like the average person would not have kept recording. They just would have turned their camera off and would have just like been paying attention or trying to be a fan or whatever. But your job is to record, and when it's getting real, that's even better reason to record. So he caught that. Nothing happened. Everything went smooth. It just was like a dope little gray area moment because most people cut the camera and turn it back on. You edit out the bad part. So he filmed it, and ever since I'm like, yeah, he dope, bro. We just started working ever since then, and now we literally we got like a Shaq and Kobe type relationship. So we sit up and plot on how we gonna come with new dope videos and concepts and
real talk.
Keep expanding.
Hey, the Welcome to LA. The Welcome to LA video. Did y'all really shut the highway down like that?
Hell yeah, we shut the highway down. Look, it was funny because I be like I said, this is part of the planning I be doing.
Yeah.
I had that concept in my head because that was a Nipsey Hussle concept when he shut the freeway down like that. Yeah. So, that's one of them untouched things that nobody gonna touch. But if you do touch it, you got to go ahead and do it right. So, welcome to LA. Everybody's in town. It was like, I got this song. I got to shoot this right now. I got to do the freeway concept. It's the perfect time to just be shutting this down. Welcome to LA. It's just, so that's why I did it for that one. And when I was saying the thought part is I went to a freeway where the freeway split up in the middle. So I realized when you block the freeway, it don't matter if the police come because they can't get through the crowd because the cars is, you can't drive fast.
Yeah.
There's gonna be somebody in the shoulder lane. Like you literally, if the freeway traffic stop until the police come, they stuck. They can't weave through that because it's too tight. It's too congested. So basically, everybody stopping, watching. It ain't like you don't know if it's an accident. You don't know what's really going on because you so far back. You just know everybody stopping. So I know we got 3 minutes to knock this out. We're not about to be doing a shoot over and all that. We got one run on this, and we just basically blocked the whole shit out, did it. But what I was saying is the middle concept, I mean, the middle thing, if the police pull back on the other side, all they would have to do is step over the median and they could come arrest us or fuck with us. But where we was at on the 10 freeway, it split right there. So when they pulled up on the side, they looked at us and it was like, shit, ain't nothing they can do because it was a big ass, if you jump over, you fall to your death. So, and like, you know, so if they go around, they can't do nothing. The only thing I thought is if they would have went exit up and traveled in, you know, the backwards way.
Back up the wrong way.
Yeah, but now you actually doing something more worse than what we doing, because you could, you know, the traffic is still flowing this way, but it's just like right there where we at on this freeway. It was like an exit. It's like, you know, LA.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know where the convention center is downtown by the 10 freeway, where when you go, it loops around.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
On that one loop, the other freeway is detached from there because of that loop. So when we doing it, we basically on a line to the freeway because the 10 freeway is still going this way, but on that side, it's not connected. So you can see the freeway still driving, going this way, but they can't get through because it's not connected. Like it was like a real little area right there, but it was a perfect area to pull it off. But also the welcome to LA sign was right there.
Exactly. So in the back, right in the back, right the corner.
Yeah. So I was just feeling like, you know, to elevate on what Nip doing, it was the perfect time. And then also I felt like when he did it, he didn't use like nothing in the back to be part of the video. So it was the welcome to LA sign, and we used the freeway. So it was a double banger, you know, shut down the freeway while using the welcome to LA sign all at once, you know.
Real talk.
They flew the drone. They flew the drones out while we was shut it down. It was 2 drones, one at once. You know, 2 cameras shooting. Everybody, you know, scrambling around.
So there was more than one shooter doing that.
Yeah, so we could cut it, you know. So maybe, you know, while we doing it, it's like we shot 2 scenes because you got 2 cameras. So you got 2 angles. You could double chop it. If you shoot 1 scene, you got 1 scene. So 1 scene, 2 cameras at once, even though it's the same scene, it's 2 different angles. So if you flip back, you can still, you know, so. And then you got the 2 drones at the same time. So it was like a hell of a team effort, and everybody had to do your job right when it started. The behind the scenes pictures, it wasn't no time to fuck up and mess up. And as soon as we finished, everybody run to your car and take off too. So that was real. It was that real.
Yeah,
it was that real.
Honestly, I thought y'all had to shoot more than one take. You know what I mean? So the fact that y'all made it look that crispy clean with that many people with 1 take, hey, that's impressive.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, we could have kept going, but I felt like now you're getting, you know, 5 stars on GTA. We at 1 star right now. The more you wait, you're going, you know, in a minute they gonna come serious to come fuck with us too. So
real tough.
If we protesting for, you know, equality or something, maybe they might not, but they still fuck with them. So you doing a rap video, you know, they about to come flood us. So I was trying to keep the window as short as possible, and we did it just that.
Real tough. So I gotta ask this, man. Have you and the other LA ever had an opportunity to kind of like talk about that or hash it out, or is it kind of just like it's up?
I ran up on it. He came out here and did a radio. I had one of my tapes before Never Not Working, before, you know, coming up a little bit earlier. I had a tape called Brothers from Another, and it was hosted by DJ Dent. DJ Dent was on 92.3. He hosted my tape. He actually called me before I ever heard about the Young LA. he had got the CD in the DJ pool, the pack. Remember they used to be like that? Got the shit. He called me like, bro, I'm looking at this DJ thing. It look just like your name, cause the same. And you got signed to TR and didn't tell me. Like, damn, why you didn't let me know? We just did the mixtape. Like, let me know. So I'm like, bruh, that ain't me. You know? So fast forward, that's how I found out about him. If you go to myspace.com/YoungLA, it go to me. He came after me and he put Young LA music. So that's when I start realizing, oh, I had been this dude. Like I've been already this. You caught you know. His name was Young Lay. I was signed to the Yums. Yums had went and got Soulja Boy. I was like one of their models. So when they came to LA, we had a limo company. They came out here, used our limo company, checked out the store, the clothing store, met me. They was fucking with me already. I was on their website for the LA rep and shit. So when they went to Interscope to sign Soulja Boy to be on Yums, they was saying we got Young LA, and all that. And I think somewhere in there he was already in the office fucking with Interscope, fucking with them. And he heard Young LA and his name was Young Lay, and he kind of just jumped on the sauce. But yeah, since then, he came out here, went to the radio with DJ Dance. I mean, after I figured out the DJ pool through my boy, I jumped one day. He was on the radio, and the nigga who hosted my mixtape, DJ Dance, my brother, was interviewing Young LA. So now I'm like, oh wow, this how we doing it, bro. I call him. Hey, bro, I'm on my way up there right now. And I said, no. Don't come up here. You know, you better than that. Don't do nothing stupid. This is the radio station. You should fuck your shit up coming up here. So I didn't go up there. I ended up looking up some shit and seeing he was at a club that night. We parked the limo in the front and they let us wait there. So when he pulled up, I let a girl walk up first and tap on him. Hey, how you doing? He thought it was a groupie and she got in his ear and told him, hey, the real Young lady in that limo right there, he went to holler at you. So when I bounced out to go talk to him, and like I said, you know, we from LA, bro, this shit could go fast forward real quick, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, I ain't even do that. I just came regular. And I just wanted to holler at him to say, so we can face-to-face meet. He can see, you know, I'm a real dude. I'm 6'4", you know, I'm 245. Like, I'm not no little dude. You know, you see who you talking to. And then at the same time, I would have told him like, hey, bro, from here on now, since we met and I'm talking to you, you know, this is what it's going to be. It was going to be more like, you know, me telling him what it was going to be. So if we would have been talking and it would have went left because he would have been, you know, then it probably wouldn't have worked. So he seen me walking up to him and went into the club and didn't want to talk. He seen me. The girl talked to him and all that. He looked at me, seen me walking up, and he tapped the promoter and let him in the show. So I'm like, oh, this dude ain't even like that, dude. I'm one person. I didn't have about 30 niggas chasing me.
We got a chance to hash it then.
So he fast forward after that, I ended up doing a YouTube video. They ended up making it. They took it down. I was basically smoking a blunt, talking about the incident, how we did what we did, ran it up, talking. He ran in there, scared little dude, tucked his tail. I wasn't even tripping, so why are you scared to talk? So it was just something like that. At the same time, he had just dropped his first ad in Double XL, and the first line in there said, "Don't get it confused, because his name is Young LA doesn't mean he's from the West Coast." And I was just spoke on that. Why did y'all make it feel like it was so important in his first ad he ever had in the magazine that was the first line? And it was just, you know, speaking on all that. Then I left my number at the end, you know, and that dude actually called me.
Okay.
So we talked, and this is years ago. So now when somebody say, you a fuck nigga and all that, these is terms that we familiar with. Back then, when I was talking to him, he was saying all that shit, and it was weird because I'm like, I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that. So that's when I knew it was really him. He called from a blocked number. I guess he called himself, you know, cussing me out. But I just seen you trying to walk up to you and holler at you. You didn't have no energy, but you called me, you know, yelling over the phone. So, you know, them are the type of behavior of people that we don't respect in the street. So I didn't, you know, put no more energy into it. So ever since then, you know, I just started. I'm the real Young LA. you can't come to LA. So ever since then, you know, any artist from Atlanta that's bubbling, you can name Migos, 2 Chainz, whoever you want to name. We like them out here too on the West Coast. You come out here and you got to do your runs. You can't do no runs. You just local Atlanta, you know? Right. So that kind of messed it up, you know, and they dropped him. He ended up getting beat up by the other guy that signed to the duct tape labels. And, you know, ever since then, I think he went to jail. He basically, you know, I don't put no energy. Like, you know, the businessman I am, what I'm on. I try not to give off this type of energy, but I hope I'm not. No, I hope this don't come off wrong. No, because I'm a good dude, but when I get into this mode, I'm another type of person. So when I get to talk about what I do to somebody, you like, damn. But I'm doing my music, it's love, and I'm showing love. It's like, oh, this nigga cool. But in that situation, nah, I'm not cool. I ain't know. I'm from LA and I really lived out here. So when it get real, it get real. You know. So
well, hey man, shit.
You can't be a pushover. You can't, you know, you can't be out here living and doing what you're doing if they don't respect you. So I'm just saying simply, I didn't try to go overdo it. I didn't not take care of it correctly either. But it's like, you know, that's some energy that I don't really put my time into. But at the same time, if I ever run into him or see him, I don't know how I would react, you know. So God bless him. Hopefully, you know, he stays successful and stay out my way. He goes.
Hey man. But shit, that's another problem for another day. Hopefully, you know
he's actually ran into a few people that love me that ran into him and holler at him. You know, I know people that live in Atlanta, they seen him try to holler at him, he skirt off. I know people who was, one of my partners was telling me about, he was in a studio session. It was the A, B, and C studio. You know, that's simple. You recording for a while and you just having, hey, who in the B and the C studio? And they say Young LA. You will be thinking, oh, that's my boy. I know him. I just interviewed him. Bust in the room and realize, oh, who is this? So I had an incident where they bust in his room thinking it was me, thought they was about to surprise me and being funny. And it was really, they bust in his room and they look at him like, well, you know what we could do to you right now. But, you know, I ain't got nobody telling nobody to do nothing to him. It's all love, man. I'm just telling them, you know, holla at me. I had to holla at you. I ain't telling my people, you see this nigga rip his pockets off. Nah, if you see the nigga, you can say whatever. I can't control you as a man, but I ain't telling you to do nothing. I never told nobody to do nothing on behalf of me to him. So anybody, whatever happens, you know, I know a lot of people, they love me and they, you know, everywhere. So you can easily run into somebody who know me and fuck with me. So
for real. So tour life, man. Tour life. How like you've been on tour before, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
So like kind of explain just like, you know, the experience. Is it tough, you know, on tour, or is it kind of like laid out for you, or is it just who you are? Like kind of get it right now.
It's tough. I just say because you gotta preserve a lot of stuff. Like say if you perform, like I got a show this month, cool. You perform, you do good, you do bad, you know, you get to improve. If you on tour, you got a show tomorrow. If you screaming too much tonight, that affect you tomorrow. You know, so that's why I'm saying you start seeing rappers drinking tea and all, like that shit sound crazy. What you drinking tea for? You on tour and your voice don't work and you on, like, bro, you like, I want my money back. You don't sound like they want to see you in your perfect form. So simple stuff like that, just being perfect. Like I done came on, did a show and I'm trying to be fly and you dress too hot. You be passed out because you got on the jacket with the sweater underneath, trying to be cool. So learning shit like that, knowing your words, you know. Sometimes you stumble a little bit, and now you're like, damn, I make sure I gotta go practice and go backwards to go forward. Sometimes you just too cool and you like, oh man, I got this. Go in there and fuck up. So stand on top of it. You know, when you're moving around like that, you don't always be get that lay down sleep. You don't always be getting that, you know, doing the stuff that the average person used to doing as far as being at home and doing, you know, setting up. And coming, just, you know, regular person, taking a shower for how long you want to, you know, eating. You be eating funny. You know, lately we've been trying to like eat salads, and my girl be cooking and shit. So when you on the road, that's not really an option. So you'll be eating drinking sodas and eating fast food. So now it's like, damn, trying to, you know, not get niggas be getting fat, you know, just moving around because you will eat a AM PM hot dog if it get real. You be on the road, you never know. Where I had a show in Kansas City before. You driving out there, we say we about to stop at the gas station, we got to get back on the road. You in there, you got one shot to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You might need to use the bathroom, get some Red Bull, brush your teeth. You might be hungry. You know, people doing all it be. You know, you never know what somebody going in there for, but it ain't like you saying we're gonna stop at the mall. Sometimes there ain't no time for that. You have your outfits, you gotta be moving. So, and it's dope. You know, you gotta be have your merch.
That's what I was actually just getting ready to ask.
Yeah, so it's good when you got like your own shows, you the headliner and shit, because it's easier to run those plays. When somebody over you, they got their merch set up, so now it's like sometimes it ain't even no more merch room there. So it's good. Like I do more of those type of stuff when I'm headlining shows and doing it. It's easier for me to do my merch and stuff. Besides that, that's why I got the store. I could tell you, hey, you see what I got? Come check me out Monday. I might have met you on a Saturday. That's 2 days. I got my own store. So in some ways, I like having the shit set up and having merch on you. And then in some ways, I got a store. So I have no problem telling you, meet me here on this tower and you can come anytime now. So
you actually got like an actual physical store.
Oh man, we live, so I can walk you in here. I can give you a half a bar. What's going on?
Okay, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I got stoves. The clothes hanging up. Got the hats, new hats in. Barbershop back here.
Oh man, he busting. That's an entrepreneur right there, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
what I like.
Never not working. Good quality though too. The heavy t-shirts, big embroidery. Tags. A lot of people they ain't doing it right. They just want to say they got some. We got the never not working polos. When you want to, I said when I be selling cars, you got to be presentable. I got my client with me. I got my own leather bags.
I seen that on, man. I went to your website and I seen the leather bags, the Eat Good. It was
Smoke Good, Eat Good. Yeah. I got all my got the small bags when you want to put your ID and your coins and stuff that go to the big bag. Okay. I got all my past CDs, the LA Weekly, Broadcast Alive, Never Not Working Too. Bucket hats, socks. Pretty much a little bit of everything. We got chargers and privacy cases. Just taking care of what we got to take care of. That's it.
So, and then asking this question too. So it looks like you putting up some capital, like you putting up some upfront money.
Hey man, what I was telling you, you work 18 hours a day. You might start having a little room to be able to, and that's what I was saying about doing music. Sometimes people start having to work. Let's say this. I have people that I work with, I rap with, and my brothers, but when they started to make their money, they might have started doing a pizza man. Let's say you're a pizza man. When you start grinding 18 hours as the pizza man, what end up happening is people don't see you as a rapper no more. They be like, man, I'm going to the show. This is my boy. They're like, man, you talking about the pizza man? You see what I'm saying? So it's like the only thing I realize is the way I do the way I make my money and grind is still in the same way as me being Young LA. So if I'm selling you clothes, if I take you to my studio and I do some studio time with you, you know what I mean? It's pretty much just it's ways to make money off rap without having to do a feature. It's just you gotta recycle it. If you want to say you gotta invest in yourself. So of course you gotta have money to invest. So I don't have no big homie. I don't have no label. I don't have no investor. So I go grind and get it and bring it to the forefront with different ways. I just realized when I was coming up that you have to give people ways that they can support you. So I feel like I had
Make sure you ain't go mute, LA.
You heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, it'd be 100 people that want to support you, but if they don't have no way to support you, there you go. So I got 100 ways for anybody that want to support me that you can. You can buy a CD, you can do it a free way, you can get you some merch, you can, certain different ways and certain stuff I can help you. And it ain't like me being a rapper and then like I said, I mean selling people cars. I done got people cars who they son need to get to college and they didn't want to spend their money with the wrong person and mess around and get a car, and now they double in the hole because now they spent the money they needed and they don't got a car now, So certain stuff like that, I just, my name is good because I spread love and I do good business, Don't hurt nobody, don't try to get over on people, man. You gotta be the person you are when they ain't looking or when they are looking.
Most certainly. So I've been having you for a little minute, man. I'm gonna ask you like 2 more questions, man. Then I'm gonna, get out.
Man, I love this shit. My phone ringing and shit. Of course they wondering what I'm doing. But I ain't tripping. I gotta get it in with my boy, man. So I appreciate it. When the interview over, it's over, y'all. But I don't want you to feel like I'm rushing. I want to take my time and holler at you, bro.
Real talk. So, obviously, you grace stages with a lot of artists. As far as being on tracks with people, who would you say is your favorite feature that you ever been with?
I ain't gonna lie. Coming up, that was one of the I ain't gonna say mistakes. I can't say mistakes now because I feel like a lot of people don't know. I could have did a Kendrick Lamar song.
I believe
my boy was plugged in with him. We was going to like college around the same time. He was wearing his clothing line. He was just telling me, hey, he gonna be up. You need to do it. He charged him $500 for a feature, and my boy told me he had $250 on it. And I was on some like, I don't need no feature from that type of mentality. And as I kept going, I was always on that. It's part of, I guess, rap. You want to be the hottest nigga, just one of the part of the rap. But somewhere in there, you had to learn. When you learn the business, it's not about you trying to collab with somebody or do this because you think they better than you or nothing. It's all a fan base, numbers. You popping. I need to, cross my fan base with yours. So whether it's just the recognition, because as I do shows with big people and people, hey, you walking around for 3 weeks saying you got a show with Kodak Black, that's way bigger than you saying I got my show with Zulu and Wan for around the corner. Yeah. It's the same promotion, same thing. It's just it leaves a better taste in people's mouth. So
most certainly. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I mean, the higher you elevate, and the bigger brands that you have, you got, way more opportunity to cross brand and, kind of into their fan bases as well.
So yeah, that's why I said when I did the Sada Baby feature, that was maybe my first time realizing, okay, I need to, start breaking in the mainstream and, you working this level, you booming on this level, but now it's like, what do you got to do to get on this next level? And then I'm starting to think of what little tools to use. So that was one of me trying to do a feature and bubble off of it. So in the future, you can look forward to me doing more features and really, expanding on that part of the game. Different people, not only just in LA too, like different parts of the USA. So New York, my East Coast people down south. It's just your fan base grow bigger when you in other markets. So you could be popping like a mug out here, but when they know you can fly to New York and do some shows, fly over here and just make you bigger even in your own city. So I definitely want to step that up. I want to do like some. Right now, I want to do like a hooks with like a K-Line for real, a Blast, a Bino, Ty Dolla $ign, something like that. Cause it's easy when you do a song, with a rapper. It's like y'all both doing in the same lane. When you do something with an R&B, somebody on the hook, it widens the whole song, leads you to do the verses and stuff. So that would be one of my goals right now. If I would do a feature with somebody big, somebody in that little hip hop R&B lane that got that vibe though. All them niggas I named, they got that vibe. Niggas who listen to rap can listen to that smooth. You know, some R&B singers, you got to really be in the R&B to process. Theirs is the easy one, so
most certainly.
That's what I would look forward to, though.
We're gonna speak that one into existence, man. I'm gonna hear a Ty Dolla Sign and a real Young LA joint.
Yeah, I think that'll go crazy for sure.
So I'm gonna end it with this one, man. For anybody out there rapping, young, old, you know, and they want to do the independent route successfully, what's the top 2 pieces of information that you give them to make sure that they're on the right path, or the 2 most important things that you think that you do that help sustain you and keep you at a high level?
Business, 80% business, 20% might be more than that. 90% business, 10% music. So, one, learn the music business. Go get you some of them books. Go. You know, just soak up the game. Look at your favorite rapper. You know, maybe not even your favorite rapper, somebody who's doing what you want to do as a business model, and kind of start trying to mimic what they're doing, you know. So say people in the lane that I'm talking about, maybe like a Filthy Rich, Mozzie, Currency, them are some dope independent, you know, coming up like that lane. Yeah. Them niggas drop a lot of music. So when niggas like you trying to keep up with them, they dropping CDs and albums and singles and videos. Your traction got to be up. So let's say they drop 4 videos in a month. If you try to keep up and you just do 1 a month, but now that made you look back, you did 12 videos last year. That you see how that, you know, that'll proceed into helping you, you know. So the business part, and then second, you gotta stay true to yourself. You know, I always try to tell people it's only one of you. As crazy as it sounds, you better off being you because you can stand out. A lot of people get in music and you try to figure out what's gonna pop next, and you would jump in the wave, and when the wave ends, now you gonna have to jump in another wave, and you don't want to be click hopping and wave hopping. You just want to be you. So whenever the shit do spin, you will be there already. You know, you don't want to try to go to where people at, because if that shit spin, now you left there and then they ain't on the bus. But if you there already and people come to where you at, you gonna be there first. They gotta say, oh, he the one who started this. You know, they're gonna have to give you your credit for being over there already. So that'll be it. Do your business, and then worse, when everything going, always stay true to yourself. It's all gonna work out. Bars,
my nigga. Hey, look, the real Young LA, man. I appreciate you. You know, taking some time out of your day. As busy as you are, you know, just to have this conversation and kick it with me, man. So again, I really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no, super love, man. It was a great interview. I like doing interviews where I know people did their research. You got your questions ready. You know, some people just call me. We just have a phone conversation. This is a dope interview. So it's a double salute to you. And look, my dog right here.
Okay.
She ready to play. She been over here tearing her cover up, waiting on me. So it's all good. So we back into the world, getting it cracking, man. Anytime you need me, holla at me. Fuck with you, man.
No doubt. Before we get up out of here, man, tell them where they can find you on social media.
Follow me right now, The Real Young LA. Everything spelled the same except Young. I took the O's out and put them in the bank. TheRealYungLA. I mostly be on IG on the daily. I'll be on YouTube after that. Then after that, just hit the website. So if I ain't on either one of them, therealyoungla.com, and it'll fast forward you to wherever I'm at. You know, so much love. Anybody rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. Know that.
Most certainly, man. And he didn't mention it, but like he said, also make sure y'all tap into his clothing line.
Never Not Working, Team Smoke Good Eat Good. I got the new drop, the Chanel patch, jogging suits, and we got a plethora of clothes. So yeah, tap in with me. I got a lot of business I can start saying, so I just try to hit them with the But yeah, we could come get a haircut. You could, you know, I got my own OG strand too, so come smoke some of this Young LA OG. You know, it's too many things, man. Come hit the studio. We can record. I can record you for your own self. You know, we got ways to get to it, man. Let's just get to it. You know, keep building. That's all.
Next time I come out LA, man, I need to get some of that pack.
Man, I'm waiting on you. While they hating on you and debating on you, baby. Where you located at right now? What city?
I'm in a place called Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm like an hour north of Charlotte.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Salute.
No doubt. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back out there sometime soon, man. You know what I'm saying? The homie Slink. Yeah, every time I come out there, I go.
That's my big dog, man. Shout out to my nigga Slink. I was actually in New York with Slink.
Smoke yours.
You hear me? Oh
yeah.
Man. So you really smoke?
Yeah.
Oh man, let's show you something right quick. All right, we ain't gonna talk about it no more.
Yeah. Well, shit, like
sir.
I'm gonna try to get out there sometime in the next month, man. So I'm gonna make sure I hit your line and tap in.
Oh man, just have you extra long on ice, man. Cause I be having niggas passing out, and I want to smoke with you, but I don't want to babysit you. So come ready, man. I'm smoking. We smoking 8s and 14s and 7s and ounce blunts, bro.
Yeah, Michael Phelps.
Yes, sir. Come on now, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Swimming while I'm smoking, baby. Yes, Lord.
Real talk, man. So before I get up out of here, man, y'all catch me on Instagram. I got 2 of them. First one's going to be at Dab Media Group. The other one's going to be for the clothing line at dabclothing.co. You could also follow me on the Facebook pages as well. Facebook.com/Dab Media Group, as well as Facebook.com Dab Clothing Co. You can also go to the website, www.dabclothingco.com, for all the merch, everything there, hoodies, leggings, joggers, t-shirts, everything that you can find on the Clothing Co site. Also, make sure you subscribe to the page. Make sure you like the video, turn on the bell for notifications as well. And without further ado, man, again, appreciate you, LA. And this has been another week, another episode of Developing Apex Brands. Peace.
Peace.
My man.